the first thing I need to do, YouTube. The first thing I need to do is make sure that I am not echoing. Um, so welcome everyone on this steamy hot day. I'm doing that thing from TCAD. I'm just like I am. It's such an exciting starting to do. Okay, so the question is, am I echoing? Yeah, I couldn't figure I because what I'm how I have this set up is I have it so that the I'm screen sharing off of the Discord, so that people can see the Discord. Um, so that was my solution on how to make sure that this all worked out, and I'm not sure it works out well, but it's what I could figure out. It was either that or everyone could see um, the StreamYard dashboard. Um, because OBS is still crashing on us. So we got a choice. We either now can you hear the muffin and all her crunching and crunching? Do you hear her now? Okay. The other question is if someone comes into if someone goes into Discord and starts chatting with me, will the people on the stream be able to hear? I don't know either. So this is all experimental. Um, and someone has to actually come in on the Discord for that to be a thing to experiment with. I just love the idea of being able to paint these things and then someone waltzes in and we could be like, hey, how's it going? Um, although there was a reason why I wanted the camera. I don't know. Okay. Well, in any case, hi everyone. I'm Stuart from 3 Gear Studios. And we are going to do touch-ups on this slide from the Slaad paint night. So far, this has just been the kit that you get from the Red Slaad paint night kit that WizKids makes from our paint night event. So I know we're planning on doing another paint night event. I think when we do the rerun with the extra zombie ogre kits, that one's gonna be. I'm gonna try to do that in person and online again. And the real trick is being able to get it so that we can actually have it like on YouTube or something like that. Which this is partly an experiment on, trying to figure out better ways to do this so I'm more and more satisfied. As of yet, it's still a work in progress. Um, I am gonna start by getting my handy dandy. Where in the world is that brush? Ah, my handy dandy small dry brush from the Wargamer small dry brush because I love this thing. Um, and I'm actually gonna go back to the Vermilion that they had for the kit because one thing while I've been looking at this, one thing I've been thinking about is I like the dry brush of the vermilion on the Slaad, but I didn't bring it far enough. And so that's where I'm going to start. Um, so, and oh yeah, I'm probably going to end up talking something about role-playing games because we like to do such a thing. Okay, thinning it out for the dry brushing. Especially want to do the top of the head because that is where the light hits. Just get some of those cracks to just pop a little bit more. I'm also going to want to soften some of these other cracks that are in here, but that will come later. Yeah, that's looking better right there. I actually don't think this guy needs a whole lot. Unless I do something like that where there's just suddenly this big dripping thing of red that's just eating things up. Well, first thing I'm going to do is get a little bit more of the vermilion just to spread out some of that to disguise the fact that we made a mistake there. So that the mistake looks a little bit more, like we meant to do that. Life hack, kids. You can get away with so much more if it looks like you meant to do it. That's everything from style to workplace shenaniganeries. I'll probably do some other things to soften that area as well. Pop open the leftover water. Probably should have went and replaced this water. It's kind of gross. That's the soap. I need this thing. You know what else I'm gonna do? Close these things. Take this bottle of Gorilla Glue. It's globbing out and spreading it on the bottom of his base. This stuff is really strong, particularly in these small little super glue bottles. It tends to be super strong. That's why it's super glue. Okay, and stick them on that base so you can start drying while. And that, by putting on the base, that also gives us a little bit more to hang on to while we paint. The trick about super glue is that it tends to be very strong, but also very brittle. So if you just wiggle it, it sometimes will come apart on you. And the question is it too big for this thing? Yep, this is made for Warhammer models, so something with such a big stand just doesn't fit in this thing. Great for if I'm doing small models, but that guy's just too big. So we only have 6 tickets. Yeah. Because we have 7. I'm just going to need one to do the paint night with. You know what? I'm gonna get some of this mutant heroes. A lot of what this slot needs has to do with just kind of getting some subtlety in there because I went pretty deep without a whole lot with washes and stuff like that. And um, yeah, just kind of subtlety and stuff like that. Um, so this is going to be a little bit around the lips using the mutant hue. You're a mutant. No, you're a mutant. Um, before we go and chat too much, I'm checking to see if anyone um, replied to my GM's Lounge. Nope, we got a thumb, and that's about it. And I wrecked my camera.
So the next one is Friday, July 16th. That's on a Friday.
Yep. Yay, technical errors. There we go. So I'm going to use some of this purple, and I kind of really do want it thin. If you tell everything, I'm kind of just pulling out to be real thin coats with this dry brush. And what I'm trying to do is establish some subtlety with their lips. Try to fade some in there to lighten it up. And then similar thing just on the ridge of his upper lip, of their upper lip. Because I'm kind of picturing it as like inside this slot, he bleeds purple. I think it was Eons that did something on like what different color blood means as far as like what's driving the creature. We'll just do a little bit of that purple rouge there. And I'm going to take a moment to think about where would its skin be stretched thin? Maybe a little bit on the inside of joints. Because what I want is spread this around to some of those areas as a form of uh, blush. Kind of places with more thinner skin. Um, let's get some on his knuckles because you know how people's hands get red. I want this to be real subtle so you keep a lot of the stuff, particularly a little bit focused right on the knuckles. So it's a little bit thicker right on the knuckles. That's too thick. Yeah, something like that. A little bit on the palm so it's not just dark. Hopefully some of that whiteness gets drying away when it dries away. Because I think the color you see on his palms right now is just the blocking color, which is why we make sure that step is thorough. But at this point, we want to do a little bit more. Get the back of the hand with pick up a little more. Extra emphasis on the knuckles. Yeah. So today in the public GM forums, the forums that we have on our Discord for everyone to be able to talk about game mastering, since not everyone who runs a game is going. Not everyone in our Discord that is a G, not everyone who runs a game is a GM in our Discord, because the GM in our Discord is specifically given for people who are currently running games. Although we think we kind of drag our feet on taking the status away from people when they finish. Um, but I wanted a piece of it so that people who are prospective GMs and stuff like that can actually sit and chat and stuff like that. Because we want to see more talent. Because it seems like every time we get a new GM, there's some new and interesting idea that they bring to the table that is like, huh, I really kind of want to run in that play in that game. So I'm feeling a little bit orange, but this orange needs a lot of shaking. Reason why I have the camera anchored on a separate table. Okay, let's see if we got this shook well enough. Not really, but maybe good enough. And again, thinning this out real thin. Everything I'm doing on this guy, it seems like it's just these real thin strokes just to highlight or low light stuff. And so now I'm going to go in so that there's extra highlight on the highlight. So like on his shoulders, a little bit of orange. They're a monster. There needs to be some variations. I'm not planning on using a lot of this. But then again, those who knows how I paint, I don't plan on a whole lot. Just get some of this orange along these thicker plates on its back. Where his skin just kind of gets thicker and tougher. And then get on his butt. think that's and then yeah, a little bit more on right here. I just hope that this dry wells. To bring it back towards the red, I'm going to do some red washes on this guy after I finish just about everywhere else. Because when it comes down to it, he's not a yellow Slaad, he's a red Slaad.
They did do a green Slaad paint night.
I know. Oh, has the green Slaad paint night already passed? I thought it was like early July.
I don't know.
This is a very watery color, which is not great with a dry brush technique, but Greed Slaad's interesting because while they're creatures of chaos, they seem to have a fairly regimented method, chromatic method of distinguishing themselves. So maybe they're just using the extra dire troll paint. See, before moving on, I think I just want to use a little bit this, like a little bit thinner than that. Really don't like getting to dry this out some. So in any case, on the D&D forums, on the GMing forums inside of our Discord, I put down that the way I usually paint, the way I usually paint a campaign, no, plan a campaign, is with sets of three. So like three movements in a story arc, 3 acts in a story arc, 3 movements in an act, um, 3 scenes in a movement, and making sure the players do 3 distinct things during a game session, so they feel like that they're getting stuff done. Because sometimes they're getting stuff done and they just don't feel like they are, and sometimes they're not getting anything done and they get a bit frustrated. So making them feel like they're making progress is a good thing, and I find that this is one way to make sure that everything is just kind of humming. Um, kind of like that. Let's get a little bit more on that back over there. This guy makes me wish I had some nice chaotic colored sand. Here, let's get a little bit on his forelegs. There. Yeah. How's that? Next, I'm gonna go and try to still the same brush. I want to get a little bit more radioactive with that with those green stripes he has. Yeah, I want to. Oh, poison cloud. Poison cloud. That looks like a downright neon yellow. So yeah, I've always found that this kind of repetition of 3 gives enough that the players feel like they get something done during the thing. It keeps me away from just be like, what are you gonna do tonight? Oh no, bar fight. Yeah, let's do another bar fight because we all like story. We all like fights without any kind of story reasoning on why the fight's happening, right? Um, so when I was a teenage GM, my go-to when I didn't know what to do was to just have another bar fight. Um, it was a thing. It brought me through a lot of adventures, but in the end, like I said, fight scenes need to do stuff even in like summer blockbusters. Um, so I'm trying to figure out how to communicate more stories through the fight scenes. The early parts of my Tyranny of Dragons game, everyone was like working out characterizations through their fight scenes. It was beautiful. Particularly since that first chapter in Tyranny of Dragons is so fighty. I mean, it's you're walking into a raid. It's there's not much getting around how fighty it is. I have to tell you, these this is this brush. I love it. I really do. Right now, it's getting a bit poofy. I might have to put it down for another brush. I might have been too abusive of this brush. I might need to find a replacement, which, once again, is a bit of a shame. So I'm going to move to my insane detail brush because that's kind of what we're doing. Again, thinning it down. And I'm already seeing that this radioactive green is just putting out beautiful details. Um, there. If you go onto a YouTube channel, it's on a YouTube. Roxy's Paint Nights are on our YouTube channel, right? Roxy's Paint Nights are on our YouTube channel, right?
No.
Facebook?
Yes.
Okay. So if you go onto our Facebook page,
Facebook Live.
our Facebook live stream, Roxy does a paint night with oil paints and canvas, weird things that aren't 3D, and brings you through a painting from top to bottom every Friday night. Last one was a dragon because we've been bugging her to do something more phantasmal for a while now, and so that's what she came up with, and we love it, and you might love it too. Oh, I'm getting it off of the camera. Man, this guy's becoming neon. I mean, beautiful if that's what you're into and that's what you're aiming for. And there's a point that I kind of am. Um, I think I was listening to Hello Future Me when there was Cyberpunk one where they were talking about the neon dragon, and so I could see in a similar vein of chaos, this guy also embraces that neon chaos. Um, and while right now this looks like it's kind of going all over the place, and in some ways too thick, man, that side. What did you get cut by your stripe? I might not be able to take that back that much. Let's see if I can at least like fade it out a little bit. Nope. Just gonna have to work with it. There we go. So yeah, that's kind of how I approach planning for games. I think we're gonna have to do something about his nails before we go to dry brushing or go to washes. A lot of these nails have taken damage since I did this paint night 2 months ago, something like that. I think it was May. Later weeks, probably on Wednesdays, I'm planning on fixing up our dire troll, because that was a tough kit that they gave, and I think I didn't think about it the right way. I just kind of made some assumption based because they actually gave you two of the same color, and so I thought that the best thing to do was to start with just using a bunch of that color to turn them green. And now that I'm looking at the colors and how they played together, I'm kind of thinking that another approach would have been better. So I wasn't terribly pleased with my results. Um, Drake Tooth. Still want a little bit of this guy. I'm gonna go back to that other brush because I realized that if I'm gonna with the theorem that I'm using with that color, I should probably pull that to his toes. I like what he did to his hands, so now he needs it in his feet. Um, yeah, where was I? Yeah, because one of the most, particularly since I like to do sandbox campaigns where people have a large amount of agency over the world that they're in. Um, making sure that there's enough happening around them, that there are things for them to do, and there's things that will bite them if they ignore them, I think is just a great thing. So 3x structure, yes. I think I even rambled about this with another paint thing that I was doing. And I don't remember what, because my memory is great. Almost went in on too watery, but it still gave that effect. And there's still going to be later steps that will go and let us retake some of that wateriness. The wash steps are going to be fun. He has an extra toe on his foot, on that foot. Okay, so I still want his claws, his talons to be dark. Maybe a little green. Okay, so I like this drake tooth, but I feel like I want something else that kind of looks nail-like. Maybe somewhere in that. Is that light enough? The Grimoire purple, maybe. Because I want to kind of have it read like a nail. You know, since this guy's supposed to have a dark nail, I know an excellent study. Where's that puppy of mine? Muffin. No, well, she's been hot and kind of lethargio. And she's been eating a lot lately, but just not today. And we're giving her unexciting food today. So, this is the store mascot. This is Cinemuffin. Let's see if she cooperates with taking a look, because she has black nails. So let's see if she cooperates well enough that we can actually take a look at them. So we can actually see there is this layer of dark brown. Can you see? Yeah, there's this layer of dark brown underneath the nail, and it's kind of topped with black. So I think that's kind of what we're going to need to do, where there's this, the underneath of the nail is kind of this lighter color of whatever we want the lighter is. So let's see if she'll let us take another look. Let's see. You know, we could paint your nails, Muffin. Ugh, she's getting wiggly. Good girl. Let's take another look. Yeah, so see right there. It almost looks like a it almost looks like a tiger's eye. Thank you, Muffin. So I think we kind of worked the opposite way with this one during the paint night. So this might be a multi-layer approach. I'm gonna go for the multi-purpose brush from the paint night kit, because sometimes they do give you good stuff. And I think I'm going to start with the alien purple because we said that how we think he has purple skin, blood, or at least the thin parts turn purple. So we're going to start with a drop of that. And just so I can have a comparison. You know, I almost like that better. But I'll start with this one and then I'll go to that one.
I can't hear anyone.
You can't even hear me?
I hear you.
Yeah, well, that's.
I sound like you're responding to something.
Nope. I'm just talking to myself because.
Even though it sounds like you're talking to yourself.
Yeah. So, going to take this and I'm going to start with this dark purple. And that way, whatever we put in there, that purple's still down there. And if the paint is at all thin, we'll start having that purple will be coming through. So I have to go back in there for that one because I can see some fingertips that are still catching that gray. And then let's do the same thing. And I'm just going to paint the whole nail this purple because we're using this purple as a base coat. Just like before we used the black as a base coat. It doesn't matter what colors you paint the red slad as long as it reads red. And that's, of course, provided that you're trying for a red slad because certainly WizKid has their celebrity painters painting a green slad. And I'm like, well, how about the blue slad? And they're like, shut up, you sound like Bane. Uh, so yeah, all those purple nails. Pop this open. Wash, 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 wash. Dry it off. And because I do want a little bit of wateriness, so that purple we put on the undercoat does pay off a little bit. I'm going to have a little bit of wateriness with this Grimoire purple, which I love how that kind of looks a little brownish. And again, aiming underneath things. Maybe that's too thin. Get a little bit more. Actually, I'm not afraid to hit his. Is there any pigment in this? I am not seeing any changes whatsoever. Shake, 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 shake. Part of the skill of doing this is figuring out how to talk to yourself. Okay, a little bit more there. Looks like there's a little bit more purple in there, so let's mix it up. Because there's so much medium in there, which medium is what makes the paint run, spread across things. Actually, if you join the Discord, you should be able to talk to me. And that's kind of what I'm hoping. If someone jumps into the Discord, I'm hoping that they can talk to me. Yeah, and I'd love to know if people on
on here.
What?
Discord's not on here.
No. Yeah, by the time we got that machine, we were using Discord on all kinds of other machines.
Oh, I guess it's okay. I'm in there. So where do I go?
Go to the top of our channel. First, who are you logged in as?
Bigger games?
Okay, if that's what I'm logged in as.
Oh, so what do I do?
Give me your dongle.
That's this one. Oh, that's smart. Yeah, you do that. Much easier.
Because we got multiple 3 gear IDs so that we can do things like this. So now Lena is online and hopefully she's not gonna hear double trouble. Do you have the live stream up too?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I can't hear me. I could just hear you.
Hmm.
Testing, testing. I don't hear me. I should hear me.
Huh. So we're gonna have to figure out another way to do this because because using this method, StreamYard is not picking up the computer audio. So that's fun.
Maybe the mic's turned off.
No, I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah. Although right now your mic's off.
I just turned. I just pressed this button and I thought it might.
Yeah, no, that mutes unmutes the
Is
mic.
it on?
Yeah. So now we got Lena on. I can't even get her to get on for like playing video games and
So I
chatting with
guess
other people.
people from Discord could hear me, but you can't hear me if you were watching on YouTube.
That is correct, which is slightly disappointing. We're gonna have to keep on messing with this so that you can, yeah, technology. Because I think I said it before that one of the things that I would love to do is have it so that, man, this Grimoire purple is just so thin. I would love to have it so that people can just come on and chat with us. Um, I appreciate it because it's
I
like,
just put the Ogre Zombie event on our website and our Facebook group. Right now, I'm making a little graphic for it so I can share it and put it on the
fantastic.
and other stuff.
If I can do this consistently, we might want to start advertising to people so that they know, hey, it's Wednesday night. Maybe we can go and chat with people.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But I know that people haven't been installed help build the bigger community and all that.
Okay, clean this with the dirty ass water. Yeah, because even now, while things are warming up, there are still people who are afraid of being coming out um, because real life is scary, and there's things that people are scared of. So, in general, I am trying to do more with our content, and it might be bad content, but hey, it will be content. Probably
No
also.
such thing as bad content.
So Lena's just for those who are watching the YouTube version.
Your
Lena's
content's
chiding
not
me
bad.
about no such thing as bad content.
Maybe it
Um,
is, but your content's not bad.
and now she's telling me things like my content's not bad, which I appreciate the sentiments. Let's see how this looks. Again, this might be another thing where I'm gonna enjoy the more purpley things, but I'm really gonna be. Ugh, look at that, too much. Really gonna depend on the washes to go and fix this up. So I think I'm even faintly hearing the board gamers come through on the Discord.
Just a little bit. Nice to have actual human beings in the show playing board games.
Gasp.
I think Ken brought the new Dune. I don't know if they're playing right now, but that one was kind of very popular game and not easy to get a hold of. So I'm just really happy that people are playing it.
Here I'm gonna see about doing something. Let's see now. Copy. Control V. Everyone ignore that invite code. And then go over here. And bring Lena into the StreamYard booth.
That might work.
Although as she wants to do, um, I will not
Now,
have video on.
now you're echoing.
I know why too. So
That didn't work.
no, I know
It's
how to.
not try though.
There. How's that?
Better. You're not echoing now.
Okay, so now you're purely in the Discord booth. So if people come in and chat with us um,
Discord.
on Discord, will they won't be able to hear you.
Wait, what? Okay, so then what's the point of you can hear me but nobody in Discord or YouTube can, so what's the point?
No, now people on YouTube can hear you, but people in Discord can't.
But people on YouTube can't hear me.
No, now they can because you're in the Discord because you're in the StreamYard booth. Are you saying that you're listening and they can't hear you?
No, because my dongle's over there.
And it's
That's what happened. I have this app, but I cannot hear it because my dongle's over there. So I don't know if you were echoing or not to them.
yeah, I don't think I was.
I'm gonna turn this on. Let me see if I can hear what's going on this side.
This is gonna get weird. So everyone, brace for weird audio.
I'm not gonna turn it up loud.
There. Trying to shade some of this nail because I still like that Grimoire purple. It's just going on so bloody thin. So what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to layer. Um, so getting some light spatches with the Drake tooth. Yeah.
Testing.
So
Okay, YouTube people can hear me.
I told you. We're starting to get
I didn't
feedback
know.
loops.
My bad. Well, it sounds good anyway.
Ugh, this is just all getting all snot. So yeah, we are.
VR troopers. Three, go. Virtual reality.
So yeah, I mean, I think my goal is to try to do something like this for every night, and then once I can prove myself to be consistent, because in the past we've had best of intentions that ended up being not consistent. Um, we'll start letting people know, hey, this is something we're doing. Um,
Your figure looks really good.
yeah,
I like how the nails are coming. And even the hand, adding that purple color really helped it look more realistic.
yep. Just wait until I start hitting it with washes. Okay. So yeah, from here, oh, there's narrow back here. And then after I hit the Gamora red, the Gamora purple, I'll start going into some other things. Um, so yeah, that's that. What was I rambling on? Um, that three tiered or that three aspect planning within three aspects of planning is kind of how I do my adventure planning. And I would love to hear from other people, particularly on our Discord, because always looking for more activity on our Discord. We got a lot of great people. They just tend to be quiet. Um, the I'd love to hear from some other people on how they put together their adventure planning, because every GM has their own approach, and every approach has its merit. Um, don't worry, we'll make sure she eats when we get home. She's hmm. We might have to call the vet on that. Because it could also be the heat. We're in food wars with our dog. That that lovely beast that we used as an example on our nails. Um, and so, as will happen, well, with what my dog's doing right now, I am I am going to go and end the stream right now. This is the current state of the slot. and we will continue with it later. Or if I decide to finish up before everything, if I decide to finish it up off camera, I'll show you guys the results. So this was a lovely time. Enjoy, take care, and I'll talk to you later.